Alright. I'll try this again. I think we got it working. No idea what the headset problem was. Don't know what its problem was, but it wasn't working right. So we did a complete reboot and it seems to be fine now. Yep. Now it's working. Alright. So it appears. Alright, now we'll set it up again, I guess. We're going to have to go back up here where we were. Let's see. We need to adjust the time. This airport, you can take off of it at night, but trust me, landing here during the day, during the night is one big pain in the ass. There are no lights anywhere on this strip. It's out on an island, and it is nasty. Alright, we'll go out here to where we want to go originally. Some of the details. I don't know what strip we'll get on. So we're going to put it here. We are going to low altitude IFR it. So, whoops. How did that not get right? Damn it. And we set this as, oh, I hit the wrong one. Well, you know, set a departure. Let's see what we got here. That looks about right. Take us a little way out of our way. Alright, 251 miles. Wish we could clear all the cards off, but we can't, so it's not a big deal, I guess. Alright, I think we got her set up now. RORS, RCTP, we are going here to there. Over a lot of water. It's not going to be real exciting, but we're just kind of making a world trip, little at a time, different airplanes. Just because I can. So we'll load it up here. Hopefully everything will be kosher. Hopefully. Famous last words. Where's my coffee cup? Finish my coffee. Alright. We are here. We are ready to fly. We are in daylight. Even though it's actually dark there. Better double check, make sure I got the right thing set up here. Let's tab over here. Yeah, we can't do everything perfect. Sometimes I forget. Okay. Switches are on. Change view. Whoops, got a smudge on my, either on my glasses or on my, so we get clear here.
Departure. 125.0 squawk 5 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145. 145.
it cleared up. Or
Contact ground on 121.7.
start up.
There you go.
Okay, we are running. Let's get our ATC up. Oh, come on. Don't give me a rough time here. Oh, come on. Okay, why isn't ATC unless it's up on the other one? No, it's not. So what's the problem here? There it goes. Well, wow. The hell's it doing way up there? Okay, let's turn that off. Let's go to ground.
Shimoji ground November 806 Alpha. Flight ready to taxi IFR. November 806 Alpha. Light taxi to in-hold short of runway 35 via taxiway Papa 2 Papa 1 Tango 1.
Papa this, Papa that. Release the brakes. A little. Just center in the. Yeah, this runway at night has no lights, believe me. None at all. I mean, you see lights here, but I'm telling you what, this is not on the runway. And you can see these lights, but on the runway, you cannot see the runway until you are right on it at night. I had a hell of a time getting on the ground. Had to make a couple passes. And even then took the whole runway before I got it down on the ground, even though after a couple passes I knew basically where it was, but I couldn't see it. No lights on the runway, no markers at all, just dark as dark could be. Now I am real interesting. I've got a new 6800 card coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it gets here. AMD 6800 reference card. I am real curious how much I can turn up things in VR. Because I run it in VR. I run it at all medium settings. I can push it, but frame rates drop down so bad that it just isn't comfortable to fly it with my 5700 XT. But the new card is quite a bit beefier than this one, so it'll be interesting to see how far I can push it in VR. I bet I can at least run everything high end, maybe ultra. I run high end on my monitor, ultra wide 1440p, which pushes damn near as many pixels as 4K, and that runs about average 40 frames per second on this card, but it'll drop down to 30, 32 depending inside a city, low altitude, closer to the ground, of course, lower the frame rates. Looks like this is the spot.
Eychimo Tower, November 806 Alpha Mike at runway 35, ready for departure.
Now see, it shows there's lights there, but they weren't on last night when I came in. I had no lights. See, now it shows it's got lights. Those are lights. Why weren't they on? Because like I say, I could not see this damn runway. See, it shows it's got lights. And I'm telling you, it was so damn dark and there were no lights. Okay, we're on the brakes. Give it some flaps. Okay. Worst can happen is we die a miserable death. Here we go. Looks like we're pretty much straight out all the way. Okay, we are good to rotate. Whoa, got a little crosswind maybe? Wow. Got a lot of crosswind. Landing gear. Yeah, look at it slew the plane. Holy cow. What are we supposed to do for height? I didn't catch. Let's get off the flaps.
6 Alpha Mike contact departure on 125.0. 125.06 Alpha Mike. Departure November 806 Alpha Mike is at 1,000 feet, climbing 6,000 feet.
6,000.
November 806 Alpha Mike departure altimeter 29.66. Continue to NES plan.
And we are low altitude IFR. I think I got a ceiling of 16,000, 17,000 feet in this plane. Make a steady climb to 6,000. Change view. Yeah, I definitely got a smudge on my right. Looks like my right. I mean, you can't see it, but change view. Nice steady climb. Course. There's been a lot of water on this trip, and then when we get to where we're going, the next leg will be to Hong Kong. I could have done it all in one. I have the range in this plane. I just didn't want to fly that long. This is already going to be pretty much a 2-hour flight. And I may not stream the whole flight, but I will complete it. And I can turn autopilot on, autopilot master. is on. Let's go nav mode. We want GPS. We don't need to go. We'll turn nav mode on. Let the plane autopilot have the steering wheel here, and we'll just continue to climb till we reach wherever they finally put us. We're going to 6,000. We're probably going to get another increase somewhere. Roughly 1,000 feet per minute climb. Pretty, not real steep. Not in a big hurry to get there. Yeah, definitely got something on my right. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. It's not that bad. Yeah, it'd be neat if I can get this to pull. I'm sure I can with a 6800. I'm sure I can pull at least high end in VR, which will be titties and beer. It's like a little overcast. I do have live everything on, but being as I adjusted the time, I doubt if anything is true to live conditions. We're coming up on 5,000. One thing about this flight simulator, it's pretty demanding to have the bells and whistles all up. Like I say, on my ultra wide 1440p, I can run everything on high end and a couple things turned up to ultra. But if I try running everything on ultra, I can't hold 26, 27 frames per second. Can't do it. And an ultra wide 1440p pushes a whole lot of pixels. It's a big difference between just normal 16:9 aspect 1440p and 21:9 aspect. How you're damn near pushing what? You're getting real close to pushing 4K pixels. So it makes the games a whole lot harder to run at higher resolutions. Although I can run Shadow the Tomb Raider, it's roughly 70 frames per second with my resolution, everything on. I guess Cyberpunk runs about 50. So I've been real happy with the card, but I actually got a 6800 for within $50 of MSRP, so I couldn't pass it up. And I think when it comes right down to it, before they're readily available to everybody, I mean, they're wanting $1,000 to $1,200 for 6,800 cards and $1,400 for 6,800 XTs, which I just don't need. I don't do 4K. I have no intention of buying a 4K monitor anywhere in the near. Whoops. I figured you'd tell me to go up. Sorry about that. I really thought you'd send me higher. But what do I know? And since we're there, I guess we can put altitude on. That's all you're going to do for me. Whoops. Come on, don't be a bitch. Oh, come on now. I didn't hit it that hard. Did I? Maybe I did. Oh, come on now. Sometimes the autopilots just don't seem to want to work right.
November 806 Alpha Mine is at 4,900 feet, climbing 6,000 feet.
Alright, we're continuing. Sure screwed up my trim. See a little lightning out there. Little bit of lightning. Come on, trim it. There we go. We got her now. And we'll ride at 40 frames per second, it looks like. Not too shabby. I do have ASW off. I do not run this Oculus with ASW on. And yeah, I could push it a little bit higher, but the hell, I'm right on it, unless I got the barometer fucked up. Oh shit, dude. Okay, well, we'll fix that.
Climb and maintain 6,000 feet 6. Alpha Mike.
Obviously, somebody should have set the barometer. Damn co-pilot is pretty much worthless, huh? Alright. There we go. Now we've got true altitude. Should have checked the barometric pressure. Should have done it. I blame it on somebody else. Little heat line view because we really don't have any rain. Change view. Little thunder. A little thunder. Okay, I do not believe we need to run it this hard. So we're going to back off the RPMs, turn down the manifold pressure a little bit. About 23 on the RPMs ought to be good. That should put us pretty close to our optimum. Yep. 23, 23. There we go. Doesn't look like we got any headwind for a change. Change any time. We're holding good speed. And I have auto mixture turned on. I'd normally be running, I don't know, 30% mixture, lean. Change view. There we have it. The only thing I don't like about running in VR and an Oculus is you can't take screenshots. Or you can take them, but you get the double viewy thing that you see down in the inset. Doesn't make for. I understand the Reverb or the Windows MR mixed reality headsets. I understand they have a screenshot that takes it out of your headset. Now I can imagine I could set something up for the Oculus Mirror to take a screenshot of the Oculus Mirror, which would probably be the same thing. That's what I'm streaming off of to get the. That's actually streaming off the Oculus Mirror. Now I understand now that's some. I don't know that WMR, like the Reverb, has a mirror that you can stream off of. Although I understand it's quite gorgeous flying this sim in a Reverb. But I can't push this headset, so I can't see buying a Reverb till I can max this headset out and see what it looks like. When I can max this headset out, then I'll worry about increasing the resolution to, what is it, 4K or whatever a Reverb is. And this headset's 1440p, which I think if I could max it out, it would be plenty pretty for me. I mean, 1440p is pretty titties and beer. I don't know that I need 4K in a headset, because even now it looks really good, even without everything turned on. And being able to turn everything on, everything will sharpen up even more. So I just don't know. I'm not in a big hurry to buy a headset. With this video card, I couldn't run it at max anyway. I've also heard that the Reverb has higher frame rates. Now I don't know if that's true. That you can get more frame rates out of whatever your video card is on a Reverb versus a Vive, whatever it may be, Index, Cosmos, and an Oculus. It gets better frame rates. It's less demanding. Now, I don't know if that's actually true. That's just what I've read in several places. I don't know anybody personally that has a Reverb, so I haven't talked to anybody. But from what I understand, as far as visual quality, they are definitely the best at this time. But like I say, if I can't push this headset, I don't see how I could push a 4K headset. See no way. When I can run this one at max, that's the time to look. And we'll see what the 6800 does versus this 5800. We shall see. Let's say at these settings I can run 40 now. If I could run it in ultra settings in VR at 40, I would be perfectly happy, because my frame rates are good. I turn off ASW. As you can see, I have no feeling of sickness at 40 frames per second. But I'm one of those people who really don't get motion sickness. It's got to be pretty bad on a ship out at sea before I will get sick. I mean, we're talking really bad. But a lot of people aren't that fortunate. They get car sick easily. So, well, we'll know in a week. Within a week, we'll know. We'll know if I wasted money on a 6800 or was worth the purchase. On paper, it's supposed to be a whole lot beefier. But you know, reality, I have found out, doesn't really translate well. Looks like we are going to have some storm up here. Change view. I mean, this is a Coronado add-on plane. These guys really do a really good job. Even look at the dings in the plane, the aluminum sheathing. I mean, these guys really, really do a good job. Not that most of them don't, but even with X-Plane and other, I really like these guys. And I don't fly anymore, medical reasons. I couldn't pass physical on a bet. It's the way it is. And I like to fly planes that I have flown in real life versus the big jets and stuff. I've never flown a big jet. I've ridden in a few of them, of course, but never actually flew one. I've never been that kind of pilot. And they really just, I'm not a big airline type flyer. I like the smaller civilian aircraft. I have actually flown this plane, got quite a few hours on it in the past. This little Seminole. I've got the Seneca too from Coronado, and I have actually flown it, but not near as many hours. I probably got the most hours in a Cessna 310, and probably about the same as this one in a 340. And I wish somebody would put in a 340 in the game. That was the last plane I actually owned. I've owned a 310, owned a 340. So that would be kind of neat to, just nostalgia to be able to fly that plane again. This particular plane, this PA-44 Seminole, is probably the easiest plane I ever flew. It's really forgiving. I think it's easier to fly than a 172 or 170 tail dragger, and both of those are real easy to fly in real life. But I think this plane is really just as easy. Just as easy. Well, we got some sun coming through the clouds here. We might catch a little rain. Might, like I say. See, it would be nice, like when I fly off the desktop, like I do a lot, don't get me wrong. I probably actually fly more off just turning the damn thing on instead of going into VR than I do in VR. Normally because I can just make it so damn pretty. I mean, it's pretty here, it looks good, but boy, it really looks good at full 1440p with the toys turned on. And that's what I'm hoping I can do with this headset, with a new card. We shall see, because as you can see, the detail's not bad. Like I say, I've got everything turned up to medium. But boy, it sure would be nice to turn it up all the way. Would be nice. I mean, personally, I have played with it. I can't tell much difference on my monitor, my ultra-wide 1440p, between high-end and ultra settings. I can't see a whole lot of difference. I mean, you can see it, but you really have to be right up on something to see the difference between those two settings. I mean, when you're flying 500 feet off the ground or inside a city and you're down below the skyline, yes, you can tell the difference. But if you're flying 10,000 feet, I can't tell the difference. And of course, my eyeballs, even with glasses, aren't what they used to be. So who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's see what we reset our 281. So I quit looking at it and thinking, oh, we're off course, and find out we are on course. This older aircraft, of course, doesn't update everything all by itself. When you just glance down, you see it, you think, oh, we're off course. And then you look over at the Garmin and you say, oh, no, we're not. They really did a good job picking out what you need here. See, we're at 5:30 in the afternoon here. It might be morning, I'm not sure. But like I say, I reset the time so we would be daylight. And now that surprises me at the airport we just left that they got lights and they weren't on. I don't know what the deal was there because I came in last night. I think it might have been the night before. And I came in, it was dark. And I'm telling you, I had a hell of a time picking up the runway. I mean, like I say, I had to do 3 passes to get the plane on the ground because time I saw the runway, I was already too far past it or too high in the air still, or Jesus. So I kept making passes lower and lower, and still I took the whole damn runway. In fact, I hit the fence at the end of the runway when I did land. So I don't know what the deal is, but it had no lights. But yet, here in daylight, when we took off, they definitely had lights there. Why they weren't on, I have no idea. And that's pretty much why I set the time to fly this during the day instead of just flying it at night, which I was going to do, real time, real weather. This leg, but I thought, I ain't fucking with them no light runways. Cloud settings are at medium. Like I say, everything's pretty much set at medium. And as I said, we're punching right at steady 40 frames per second. Doesn't even 48, 40, 39, 40. So pretty steady at medium settings. Everything at medium. So I'm looking forward to turning them up, hopefully. See how pretty I can make it in VR. I mean, it's pretty in VR, but it doesn't compare with the desktop, with the monitor. There's a big jump in visual quality between the medium and the high-end settings. And I don't think there's that much between high-end and ultra. But you can definitely tell between medium and high-end. And for a CPU, I've got a 3900X. This game normally only pulls what, 12-13% out of the CPU. It's all it utilizes. So it's 12 cores. Doesn't tax the CPU much at all, but the video card runs 98-99% all the time. And I got an MSI Gaming 5700 XT. It's got a small factory overclock. It's not much. I don't mess with overclocking it. I just don't see where I could gain that much off of it. How much could, what, another 100 megahertz out of it, maybe 150, I guess, if I got lucky. That ain't gonna make that big a difference in a frame rate. And no, the CPU is not overclocked either. It just runs its stock frequencies and does its thing. But as I said, I haven't found a game yet that taxes the CPU. Because I'm pretty much bottlenecked at the graphics card. Could stretch our map out here. See what we got. Just flying along. Somebody put some tunes on. I can block the sun a little bit. Not much. Pretty bright. Fun stuff. But we got quite a long way to go yet. Ain't like out over the water here. We're going to be seeing a whole lot except clouds. We got a few of them. It would be nice if I could turn the clouds up all the way. I say, before the week's over, we'll see what we can punch. But we're just going to sit here and fly this route. Take me a couple more hours probably. Yeah, we're 119 from our next marker. That's going to be just an hour there, pretty much. Pretty close to an hour, maybe 50 minutes. Just running 130, about 130, 132. It's not too shabby, considering that's pretty much max for this plane. We must have a tailwind. Sure we do. I'm sure we got one. Okay.
124.6%. Optimized. Type A Center November 806 Alpha 56,000 feet. November 806 Alpha, my type A Center altimeter 29.67 continuous plan.
Okay, we're continuing. We got the continuing down. And I have the engine sounds turned down. It's a little louder than this in real life. But I'm old. I don't want to hear it. It's really loud outside the plate if you turn it up to 100%. And I have a lot of different toy planes to play with. I don't usually stream with them, but I've got the aircraft carrier mod that I love playing with. I don't normally stream it. In fact, I don't know that I've ever streamed me taking off and landing from the carrier. But yeah, I got the F-15 that Microsoft offers. I've got the Eurofighter Typhoon Eurofighter, whatever you want to call it. I've got an F-14. I've got an F-16. I think I got an F-4 too. And I have the Tomahawk P-51. I think it's P-51 Tomahawk. I have the amphibian 172, which I have fun playing with, landing on the water. I have the bird dog, the 1L9, I guess it is, 1P9, whatever it is, bird dog from Cessna back in the 50s. Have that plane. I got lots of toys. Like I say, I play this more than I actually stream it. I just have fun exploring. Going around and seeing shit. And I think I have every scenery pack. I don't have the airports, but the actual scenery add-on packs that Microsoft Orbix, I guess it is, sells. Brisbane, Sydney, Paris, London, all those type of packs. I think I got every one of them now. In fact, they're on sale now, so if you want them, now's the time to buy them until I think the 27th when they go off sale. Save about 30%. And some of them are really cheap, what, $6.99, $5.99, and believe me, there's quite a bit of difference if you use them. Not that Microsoft with Zorbo hasn't done fine by themselves, but yeah, what they do is they pick different aspects of the areas and they make them better. You know, landmarks, stuff like that. They are a little harder on their frame rate because the detail is exquisite. So they will push your frame rate down, but only in those cities. I was checking out Brisbane yesterday. Yeah, I think my normal 40 frames per second, they pushed it down to 32, 33 in that city, changing no settings. So it was a lot more detailed than what I get without using the add-on. Change view. And quite realistic, unless you like new toys, really there's no reason. This game is pretty all by itself. It's got a good selection of aircraft. What is it, the G-38 Baron, I believe. Good comparison of plane to this one. Uh, Yes, the Seneca, good comparison to be the King Air. So, like I say, you really don't need once you buy the game, even just the basic. You really don't need anything else. Everything's really done real well. It's just you get carried away, it doesn't matter. Change view. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream. I doubt a whole lot of people want to sit here and just watch me. There's got some company over there. Tumblinger by bee. Somebody out here flying in the area. Now, he's probably at nighttime. Change view. Yeah, my big bet is he is on live time. The odds of him being around, on at the time of day I am in this place is probably slim. I would guess. Somebody else out in the middle of the Japanese Sea, I guess. I guess we're the Japanese Sea. Maybe not, but somewhere in that area. Alrighty, we're going to stop the stream so you guys don't have to sit here and be bored, which I'm sure you will be. Not a whole lot going on here. We're at, like I say, we're out over a big body of water here. We're going to be here for better than an hour probably before we even get close. And if I remember, I will start the stream again when I get in pretty close. If I remember, I don't always remember. Sometimes I just forget. But we'll stop it and we'll send streaming when we're not watching. So thanks for guys checking out.